Turnabout Samurai Day 3. October 19th, 3:27 at our law offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia?
Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it.
Maya!
So, what happened?
Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof. Sorry, we're on day 3. It's like, I've got a pretty good idea, I just need a motive and proof. That's basically like saying, like, I've got a hunch. I don't actually have anything to go on, but, you know, I got a good feeling, so...
Wow, good going, Nick.
Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have.
Initial trial? What's that?
That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. You don't even know? If it's 2 or 3, like, if you're a lawyer and it's that impactful, I think you know, like, a more exact time. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process.
So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days?
I mean, to be honest, like, we've already, like, proven significant reasonable doubt that, we haven't, like, proven exactly what happened, but we've proven Will Powers probably didn't, murder Jack. Like, that is the thing that we have successfully done. And that's who's on trial, but apparently trials, a big part of trials is not just, in this system anyway, it's not just proving innocence of your client, but you're also required to find the actual guilty party. Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? I'm telling you this even though you have no idea what we're talking about because you weren't mentally present at the trial, but maybe you'll have opinion on it anyway? Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, she does react like she doesn't know what's going on because she doesn't. Good. I'm happy about that, at least.
What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume?
Yeah.
But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it?
That's what we have to find out. I mean, there's specifically one of the songs in Undertale that uses the like Ace Attorney like sound font, like the what, like Dating Fight, I think. But that sounds definitely along the same lines, purposely.
What happened with the director's testimony?
Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer.
Huh.
Which means that the killer has to be one of them.
Really?
Yeah, like... she doesn't know anything about what just happened. It's like, what the hell are you talking about, Phoenix?
Really? Why?
Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is.
What?
Was Maya always this excitable? Yeah, she was. I don't know how I forgot. Because she has been constantly. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us, even though I haven't actually told you what the hell happened and what transpired during today's trial, and you really should be at a complete loss for information because I haven't told you anything?
I can't see what's going on when Mia's here. So, no, I haven't noticed anything.
Right.
Maybe we should go talk to WP?
WP. Powers. Right. Hey, Ritzel. Shadow Link, welcome. Sure, we'll go talk to WP. Detention Center, Visitor's Room. I was never quite happy with this guy's voice, but that's okay. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears?
Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there.
You could stop looking so vulnerable, too. I'm just gonna make comments on the limited sprite usage now, apparently. Get a little, little meta, Phoenix. A little bit.
Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count.
Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do, either.
Please. This is no laughing matter. Hey there, Ludwig. Could you tell me more about Miss Visqueeze? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and...
And what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors, anyhow. Why is pressing him for rumors not an option here? Haven't you learned by now, Will, that, like, just because the studios, like, kept something under wraps, maybe you should mention these important details when you're on trial for murder? Maybe you should... damn it, Will. Phoenix Wright's been what it is, Ludwig. Interesting. Let's say interesting, because that's a perfectly vague word that could apply to both silly things and good things and anything in between, right? I don't even want to talk about frickin' Sal.
I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Visqueeze came to Global. It still, like, feels so wrong to pronounce Vasquez that way, but I think that is the correct way in the context of the game to pronounce it. 5 years ago? That's why you don't tell me your secrets, Grimes, because if I was on trial for murder, I might break the secret or break your trust. Fair enough, fair enough. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. He brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high, and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Hey there, Chris. Yeah, it's pronounced that way because it's a pun. Vasquez. Unless there's a different pun we haven't found. No one's mentioned any other pun, so I assume that's the pun, and that's therefore how it should be pronounced. Just say D. Vasquez. There's no pun there. There's no pun if you say D. Vasquez. Alright, well, before we go, Will, I'd like you to know that I am still an attorney. Let's see, did we have anything new to show? I could see if he has any comment on this stuff. No, probably not. Have you seen this, Mr. Powers? What's that? I've never seen these Steel Samurais in my life. These are the Steel Samurais that appear at live shows. A fanboy collected all these pictures himself. Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean, so much to these kids, you know? Greetings, Bjorg! Oh, bloody hell, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Main gate. Maybe we won't have to talk to her too much. That's probably going to change quickly.
The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station, if we wanted.
You eat, you die. That's not quite... yeah, not super happy with her voice either. That's okay.
Whew, she's alive.
Alright, what's up? About Mr. Hammer.
Ah! I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper! Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh. She's really pissed off this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper! My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing! Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low! It's impossible!
Diva-esque? Diva-esque. Does that work? Vasquez-esque? Diva-esque? That seems like more of a stretch. It sort of works. How about Diva? I was wondering about Diva Squeeze, the producer.
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way.
She seems bitter.
Do you not like the producer?
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
Greetings, Anvar. Vicious. Like Diva Squeeze fits phonetically. It doesn't like I guess phonetically is probably still the best way to say that, but can I ask you about Salmonella, the director?
Sal? He's soft. A pushover. Does whatever Squeeze tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No. No, it doesn't, Maya. I don't have anything we care about showing her doing. Just out of curiosity. I don't think she's actually said that before. Miss Oldbag? What do you think about this?
Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking. Thank you very much.
Oh, viscous. Alright, what crap are we fighting over here now?
I guess they're not filming today, either. I did want to see him filming. Just one time.
This trial will be over and done tomorrow. You can come see them film later.
I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there's any other clues lying around.
Yeah! No, 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 no! No touching!
Eek!
Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean... I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatique at times. Suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof.
So you're looking for a tracing of the sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to sleeping pills, see? If there's traces, it'll change color.
Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So there were sleeping pills on the plate. Looks like it. Hey there, Mezzo. That would make you tampered with the crime scene. That's just par for the course. Like, it's expected that attorneys tamper with the crime scene, as far as I can tell. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth.
Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups. Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep. It sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Oh man, we can re-add the sleeping pill bottle to the record. I'm guessing I know about as much about that as you do, pal. I.e. nothing. You want to elaborate? It's looking like Will Powers was drugged. I'm gonna go back to the precinct and do some more detailed tests. Not anymore, I got the plate, sucker!
You're being very free with your information today, Detective.
Well, don't go telling anyone this, pal. But I was kinda impressed at today's trial, too. Most lawyers would have given up after the director's testimony. I think if it had been anyone but you up there, Powers would be done for by now. Detective, about that bottle. Oh, that? Talk about embarrassing, pal. I can't believe I missed that on my first sweep for evidence. Don't know how I can apologize to Mr. Edgeworth.
It must be tough being a detective with all that responsibility.
Oh. Probably has nothing to say about that. Okie doke.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done, but this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No!
Okay. How do I do a long drawn out thing in her voice?
No!
Close enough. Hey there, Elsic. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer.
Yes?
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true, then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, the producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt. You know, well, bad stuff.
I know what dirt means.
About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too.
The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then? An accident 5 years ago?
Yes, in Studio 2. That trailer there was part of the film set.
Could you tell us what happened?
Sorry. I don't think I can. They really don't want us to talk about it.
What part of murder trial do you people not understand?
What do you mean the last episode of The Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant.
No. No!
Also, I heard Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kid shows anymore.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios has decided.
Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore?
The studio bigwigs didn't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all of this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand?
How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai?
It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow.
No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. Sure. Hey, Tebow TV. This still gives me a take that. It's amazing.
And this is?
A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone.
You're right. Okay, but what can I do?
Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago.
Okay.
Could you tell us what happened?
Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault.
Someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it all up.
And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer?
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public?
Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know.
Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. There's nothing, like, different here. Let's look at the snacks real quick. It's completely empty. I can feel Maya's eyes burning into the back of my neck. Shouldn't really be anything else changed. Looks like someone was sleeping here.
Oh, sorry. I haven't cleaned up there yet.
What? You still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me?
The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios is what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer.
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance?
Hey there, Xenon. Nothing super pressing since last time. We're Gumshoe's being pretty open with his information. The steak was in fact sleeping pilled. There was an accident 5 years ago where Hammer accidentally killed someone on set, and that's what they've been kind of covering up, supposedly. Wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told? Who did you hear that from?
Huh?
Nicholas!
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to.
Right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming when Jack Hammer... He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that! The recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun?
No. I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe the rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? Penny Nichols. Yeah, there you go. I guess I'm sad to say that I did not, I wasn't looking for it at that time when she introduced herself, but I did not get it. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Sort of. But the word proof does not mean, like, beyond reasonable doubt in this game, so I guess steak plate's probably the best way to go. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes. So?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
Ha! I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have trouble sleeping sometimes.
Except, I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. This bottle contained sleeping pills. We know that because it was labeled sleeping pills, but I don't know if anyone's actually tested the contents of the bottle. But in any case, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were found on the bottle.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag?
Okay. You win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag.
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? The Squeeze. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this.
A photograph? I believe we're already holding a photograph, though. Lawyer Law says we can't hold more than one photograph at a time. But wait a second. That's why the gate. Okay. I knew that was gonna come into play sometime. I was just a little upset that Phoenix didn't acknowledge the fact the little fence. I guess you'd still call it a fence. I guess you'd still call it a fence, even though if it's like knee-high. Fence around the flowers was bent up. What? Wait a second.
This is the picture.
Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Obviously, Phoenix. Obvious on so many levels. You don't need to...
Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs, see? He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. Let's take an actual closer look at the stuff we've got here. And a large bone. That's its fingerprints. Is he like the tennis star samurai or something? Like what? Why has he got the tennis racket? Well, you've been surprisingly helpful, old bag. Everyone's been too helpful. Like, why? Well, what's gonna be the crazy twist at this point? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we're stopping here. We're stopping here for somebody. Studio 1 entrance.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2?
Right.
But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like the director or the producer?
That's the assumption, yes. It is the assumption, Maya. Studio 2 entrance.
Hey, Nick. It's Miss Visqueeze. Hello? Hello? Hello.
Maya, you should at least try to be polite.
I'm watching the clouds.
That's all she had to say, apparently. Some games? Yeah, probably. Hold on. Now you got something to say about this, Phoenix? There's some flowers here.
Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these.
Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Yes, it's the same time. It doesn't even say anything different. Why doesn't that say anything different? How could that not say anything different yet? And yeah, if they were fighting up here, how could he have fallen onto it the way he had? That's probably gonna come up. Like he fell that way, or I mean, yeah, just it's that way, right? They said they were supposed to be fighting up here, up top there. There is a tennis ball right here, I guess. More of the tennis shenanigans. He does look horrified. I don't. Little suspicious. Little suspicious. Let's see. You got anything to say?
Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
Oh dear. So, I mean, once again, we're, like, getting in a little over our heads, right? I don't think Diva is as powerful as Red White is, but she has mafia ties and clearly a lot of clout and power. And we're just gonna be like, hey, what's up? We know what happened. Let's see. She'll probably only react to the photo. That'll actually open her up a little bit. I'm totally carrying two photos at this point, though. I don't understand it. I thought we could only carry one photo at a time. That was the rule, right? She's not even looking. Okay. Hey, you look. Oh, you look.
Well, why are you showing that to me, Nick?
Oh.
Where?
What?
Where did you get that?
Well...
Old bag.
Old?
She meets the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway. Miss Visqueeze, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind. A black wind blows through. Watch yourself, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer.
Obviously. Thanks for pointing that out, I guess. Hey, Snorlax Gaming. Ruins the mystique. Perhaps. And greetings, Fugsy. Yeah, that's right. Phoenix, or Mr. Wright, is it true that you're holding on to multiple photographs at the same time? Well, I'm gonna have to hold you in contempt of court. I can't even look in the windows to see if there's crap waiting for me. Whatever. I think we've got enough plot armor we can survive walking into the trailer.